G'day.
Good morning.
Paul and Jan here in Victor Harbour. Pauline and I have come down to Victor Harbour to support my twin sister in her state of ill health.
Thank you.
And I asked her if she'd like to sit with me while we do a Bible reading today. So I'm going to do that with Jan. Is that all right?
That's fine.
It's from Mark chapter 5, where Jesus raises a dead girl and heals a sick woman. When Jesus had again crossed over by boat to the other side of the lake, a large crowd gathered around him while he was by the lake. Then one of the synagogue leaders named Jairus came, and when he saw Jesus, he fell at his feet. He pleaded earnestly with him, "My little daughter is dying. Please come and put your hand on her so that she will be healed and live." So Jesus went with him. A large crowd followed and pressed around him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak. Because she thought, if I could just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Immediately her bleeding stopped and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. At once Jesus realized that power had gone out from him. He turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" "You see the people crowding against you," his disciples answered, "and yet you can ask, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. Then the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet and, trembling with fear, told him the whole truth. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." While Jesus was still speaking, some people came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader, and said, "Your daughter is dead." They said, "Why bother the teacher any more?" Overhearing what they said, Jesus told him, "Don't be afraid, but just believe." He did not let anyone follow him except Peter, James and John, the brother of James. And when they came into the home of the synagogue leader, Jesus saw a commotion with people crying and wailing loudly. He went in and said to them, "Why all this commotion and wailing? The child is not dead, but asleep." But they laughed at him. After he put them all out, he took the child's father and mother and the disciples who were with him, and he went in where the child was. He took her by the hand and said to her, "Talitha cum," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." Immediately the girl stood up and began to walk around. She was 12 years old. At this they were completely astonished. He gave strict orders not to let anyone know about this, and he told them to give her something to eat. We serve a mighty God, and Jesus is a mighty healer. And I've been telling Jan she'll still be here at Christmas. God is healing her, restoring her. She says, "No, I'm dying," and she thinks the medical doctor's got it right. But I'm telling my sister Jan, God can do miracles. And we're just going to pray that God will continue to work on her and let us see what the glory of God can do in her life, even her healing. So thanks for being with us. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you, Paul.
God bless you.
Love you.
Love you. You get into the Word and let the Word of God get into you. See you later now. Bye.